big, beautiful boats. Some might be pirate, some might be a trade empire, and some might be an aircraft carrier with spots to put snipers on, and some might just look weird. Let's just talk about what the Buccaneer can bring to your next game. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're gonna talk about the Monkey Buccaneer, aka the big beautiful boat, and what it can bring to your next game. Of course, this character does have a paragon, which we're also going to talk about. But first, we're gonna talk about the tier 5s, because we love those. Well, the top half, you're gonna go for an aircraft carrier or a flagship, which is a bigger aircraft carrier, a monkey pirate or the pirate lord, the favorite trades or the trade empire. Then of course, if you have all 5, you can go for the paragon, which names to be suggested. So let's just look at every single tier and how I like to run them, and then we continue. To start things off, we have the aircraft carrier, which is pretty nice. Tier 5, as you can see, it does cost some cash. It's approximately 12,000 to get the aircraft carrier, and then you don't have any other stuff. By default, the aircraft carrier cannot see camo or cannot pop lead balloons. If you want to pop lead balloons, you need to go for a hot shot on your aircraft carrier, but then it can't see camo. If you go for crow's nest, you may be able to see camo. By default, it will do some decent amount of damage. Gonna go straight to round 100 because we like to torture ourselves like this. Ceramics, as you can see, are a little bit of a challenge. But yeah, what isn't a challenge, right? When you go for grape shot and hot shot, how well will it do? Well, here is your answer. If you want to go for crow's nest on the aircraft carrier, you will be able to see the camos. If you do not, and you think I was lying to you, camo by default cannot be shot. Aircraft carrier or the flagship carrier, basically same story. It's a tier 5 version of the aircraft carrier. You can have grape shot or crow's nest. Personally, I run crow's nest because camo. The fun fact about this character is you can place stuff on top of it. Those helipads, you can place stuff, which will give you some extra spots to place characters. If you really want to, you can even put a ray of doom. If you haven't seen the last video, you can put a ray of doom here. If that's not enough for you, you can also add a mat to the mix. Yes, don't ask me how it's possible, but it is. However, you cannot put a super monkey on it, or a mortar monkey, or a plane, and a copter for that matter. Crow's nest, fully charged. There we go. Look at the ceramics getting popped. As you can see, it does a lot more damage, but it will pop lead balloons as well. And to show that this one doesn't pop it, here's some lead balloons with the same version. Doesn't pop it. Upgrade, and it popped. But yeah, it's a 26,000 upgrade, so not the cheapest. Next one. For the next one, we have our lovely pirate ship of doom. Again, we're rocking the ceramics. It cannot see camo by default. As you can see, it will leak. But Maarten, why is it useful? Well, you see the ability. Yes. Can it pop the next level? It cannot. I am pressing it. As you can see, will not get a SMG, but it will do some damage. And as you can see, it will not kill camo base. But we can change that by adding a crow's nest, and it will see camo. Your other option is faster shot and double shot. It will basically increase the fire rate, and it would shoot twice the amount, which I can demonstrate real quick. As you can see, it will shoot 2 darts instead of 1. And if you combine that with this, it will shoot 2 darts. But yeah, personally, don't really like to run it. Next one. So we've seen monkey pirates. How about the pirate lord? By default, it cannot see camo. As always, you need a crow's nest for that. How will it react to this? Well, as you can see, it will one-shot the majority of them. How about 2 OMGs? Well, keep in mind, our ability has changed, and we can grab it. We can eat it. We do lots of damage, but we can eat it again. And how about a bat balloon? Well, a bat balloon, as you can see, you cannot eat. However, it will do a lot of damage, as you can see right now. However, it will leak, and you can run double shot, but personally I don't like running it, so I would keep with crow's nest to see camo. The favorite trades is also pretty expensive, but the fun stuff starts at the merchant. Generates cash each round automatically, attacks faster, and generates lots more money per round. Monkeys in radius have an increased sell value. So what does that mean? Well, sadly I cannot demonstrate in a custom mode what it does, but basically if you finish a round and you start into the next round, you generate some cash. Starts with the merchant, this one generates more cash, and this one also generates more cash, but we'll come back to that in a second. It also attacks a bit faster and it increases the sell value. So if I would, for example, like this, sell it. So if I sell this one, I would get 225. If I would sell this one, I get 255 back because it's in range. If you want to resell for a higher value, you should keep it in range. When it comes to DPS, it's not great. It's really not great, especially against ceramics. Lab balloons, it will pop it without too much problem. Onto the trade empire. Generates more cash per round, increase cash earned up to 20 other merchants. So what this does, every merchant you are gonna place down. So if I would get a merchant, you get a +1. If I would add another one, you get a +2, +3, etc. So you have maximum of 20 of these boats. Of course, if you're gonna upgrade this, these ones will generate more money, but it won't affect the Buccaneer. This one will generate more money. The values, the specific values, how much they will make is in the description down below, and otherwise in the comment section, so make sure to read it. This will generate cash every round. When it comes to damage, like I said before, it's not the greatest. We're gonna go for ceramics here. They're gonna pass without any real problems. Even if I would upgrade all of these to hot shot, grape shot, which for the people watching my live stream, I do a lot of time. We'll eventually have enough damage to clear it out, but it's a very expensive defense. Clear out ceramics. When it comes to a boss, you will see what happens. As you can see, you will of course lose this fight, but not without a good fight. For the next item on our list is of course the Paragon. But what do you actually need to make a Paragon? Well, it's relatively easy. You will need a carrier flagship, pirate lord, and a trade empire. So all of these, which are pretty darn expensive by itself. Then you can make the Paragon of the boats. Of course, you can add money to the mix to upgrade it. If you have this, without any pops, you'll get a tier 1. Keep in mind, the more pops you have, the higher tier it can be. In this case, I'm just gonna add some money to the mix and it will be 56. But what is the fun part about this? Well, good you asked. Gonna add 200. Here we go on 200 bad balloons. That were 200 bad balloons. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Mainly used for boss battles. In a normal game, you probably won't get it until late game. Important to note, you can add on the sides of it, you can add monkeys like on the aircraft carrier. And you can even put, for example, a Mad or a Ray of Doom on that mix. Why would you need it? I don't know. You just can. So on these E parts, you can place your monkey. In conclusion, you have 4 variations of boats which you can choose: Paragon, Pirate Lord, Flagship, and the Trade Empire. All have great uses and are good in their own way. Keep in mind, these are the tier 5, so yeah, they're pretty darn expensive. But you can get the smaller tiers as well. Starting with the aircraft carrier is very weird in my opinion. It's not that it's bad, it's just weird. So on the middle side, you see the Paragon and the tier 5s, and on the left side, you see the tier 4s. So starting off with the aircraft carrier, by default, of course, tier 4 cannot see camo, so you need a crow's nest to see camo. It will not be able to pop lead until it's an aircraft carrier. But yeah, I would like to run camo because it can't see it. It's good in certain scenarios, not in all. It can do a lot of damage, even at the normal aircraft carrier tier. However, the monkey pirate is my favorite so far when it comes to DPS, mainly because you can basically clear Moab rounds pretty darn easy with just grappling them. The favorite trades and the merchant, which I have not placed here, are just cash cows, so they generate cash. So if you can't place banana farms down to generate cash for you, well, you can always rely on the boats to make some good cash. But Maarten, you have a sniper too. Yes, you can get the supply drop, but it's more expensive. In this case, it basically generates cash every round, which is pretty nice. And especially if you get a good stack on bonus, it will go a long way with generating money for you. When it comes to the tier 5s, Pirate Lord and Aircraft Carrier are one of the best DPSs you can get, whereas the Buccaneer is very good for tier 1s, tier 2s of bosses. The aircraft carrier is pretty useful from when you need extra space. What do I mean with that? Well, for example, the entire build is full, but we would really need a mat. Well, you can just put a mat down. You can even get 2 mats down. if you really want to. The paragon of the boat is one of the strongest paragons in my opinion. It does just do so much damage, and as shown here, I have a couple hundred bad balloons. Keep in mind, I have tier 5, so it is less powerful now. Because if you get tier 5s with a paragon, they do less damage. It's up there with one of the best paragons. It's not the most expensive, starting at 600,000, which in boss battles should be fine. In normal games, I don't really see you use it all that often, except if you go late game. To summarize it up, when it comes to just normal games, I would always go for a pirate lord and maybe some merchants, earlier version, the tier 3 version, a aircraft carrier if I need some quick DPS, and on boss fights, if possible, to go for a boat paragon. If I missed anything, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Everyone, make sure to read the comments down below, and I'll see you all in the next. Peace out, everyone.